Gordon had never last.
Aye, served his purpose.
Do me one big favour. Make sure you get a solid commitment from David before you burn your bridges with John and Angela. I couldn't stand the trauma if they all walked out on you.
Don't worry. By the time I finish with Beryl and Gordon, the kids won't want to know them. They will cheer when David and I get together.
Morning, Wayne.
Can't stop. Sorry, Jennifer. I'm late already.
Just wanted to take a minute.
What's the problem?
Well, you know the other night at the restaurant, I wasn't going to say anything, but some of those things I told you about people, you won't tell anyone, will you?
Of course not. Wasn't even listening half the time. Only joking. Forget about it.
Well, it's what I told you about Di Miller that worries me.
Can't believe it anyway.
Well, the thing is, I was a bit drunk.
Anything you said won't go any further than me. Okay?
Thanks, Wayne. I had a beaut night. Be nice to do it again sometime.
Sure. I'd better go. See you through the day.
So that's it. My head's off the chopping block.
I know, I typed it up half an hour ago.
Must be back in his good books again.
You really were worried, weren't you?
Thanks for the help.
Don't be silly.
How about dinner tonight?
You're in the clear with Hal because you worked hard, not because of something I did.
It's not to say thank you. I just want to take you out.
Even after the other night?
Just because I said I'm not pushy doesn't mean I've given up altogether.
I'd love to.
Great.
Alan.
No, he's seeing your mother first up, and then he's going off and looking at one of the projects out at Silverwater.
Could you put that on his desk?
Sure. Just...
Memo from Hal. He says, my work has proved the few mistakes I made were just a flash in the pan. Looks like I'll be around a bit longer.
Bad work isn't the only reason people get fired.
I didn't come here to argue, Patricia. All I want is a guarantee that it won't happen again.
If I hadn't brought Paul into it, you would have made a big mistake.
I've already admitted that I was wrong. The point I'm making is general. It's got nothing to do with the David Palmer affair.
All right. I won't use Paul again to get my own way. Fair enough?
Well, that's all I wanted to hear.
I suppose I'm fairly small fry now that you've got him on side.
Don't go getting temperamental on me. You and I work well together. The only reason there was a problem was because you went and mixed your personal and business life.
And you've never done that.
No. I'm a businessman first. Anything else comes second.
I'll bear it in mind.
Good.
Whatever they're talking about in there, they'd better sort it out, or Patricia will miss a plane.
Well, what's she going to Melbourne for?
Business, I think, darling. Ah, here it is. Isn't he gorgeous?
I thought she said he was a count.
Oh, he models as well. I couldn't believe my luck when I actually landed him.
Sure he's not pulling your leg about the title?
Well, who cares when he looks like that? Ah, bridal fashions. Oh, did you make the social pages? With the wedding?
Oh, no.
Bet your mother was spitting chips. Mind you, I don't suppose Rob, son of Mr. and Mrs. Keegan of Macedon, meant much to the social editor.
I told Mother I didn't want to bother with that sort of rubbish.
Oh, well. I met that gorgeous Paul Shepherd yesterday. I think him pretending to be the gardener is hysterical.
You finished?
Yes.
I'll take them out to Rosie.
The main thing is we've sorted it out.
I couldn't agree more. Have a nice time in Melbourne.
I'm only going down for the day. I'll be back this evening.
I'll speak to you tomorrow, then. Nice to meet you, Mrs. Bartlett.
Likewise.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Married?
Divorced.
Available?
I've no idea. You haven't changed.
I hope not. Now, get a move on. Go and get your things and I'll drive you to the airport.
You don't have to do that.
Ah, get me out of the house.
All right. Won't be a minute.
You're sure you're doing the right thing?
Of course.
I thought you meant sandwiches on a bench somewhere.
Why not relax and enjoy ourselves? Yes, thank you.
You haven't got too long.
You did tell the kitchen that we were in a bit of a hurry, didn't you?
Yes, madam.
Here's to you and Beryl.
Right.
And that's all we'll say about it. I'm sure it'll sort itself out.
I hope so. Now, what's this problem with Angie and Rob?
Well, she told me about running to you on the second night of her honeymoon. What do you make of it?
She was, I don't know. Takes a bit of getting used to, I guess. Marriage.
I don't like to sound pessimistic, but they've got problems. I think they rushed into it, and now Angela's having second thoughts.
It's a bit late for that.
She had them before the marriage, but she felt too committed to back out.
Sure it's that bad?
I think so. I'm hoping they'll sort it out, and I'll be doing my level best to help them. But I thought if the worst comes to the worst, I ought to let you know.
She was full of fight when she left Melbourne to back at work.
She still is. But they're very different people. If you and I can't understand that, who can?
Your entree?
I agree with her not going to Mumbai. But I don't like to see her fighting with Rob.
It's none of our business, Rosie. You doing the study or the living room,
Oh,
Max?
the living room, thanks. Heard Patricia with her over breakfast. The way she was talking isn't going to help.
It's hard for us to be objective.
But they've only been married a few weeks. She ignored him this morning, you know.
Perhaps she is taking it too far. Where is she? I'll talk to her.
Out the front last time I saw her.
Ah, ears burning. Don't worry. You busy?
No.
Come into the study for a minute. We'll never hear ourselves in there. I don't know what your mother's been saying, but don't let the problem with Mumbai come between you and Rob. One of the first things you have to learn in marriage is compromise.
Well, you don't think I should go, do you?
No, I don't. But you can say no without carrying on a Cold War.
I'm angry with him.
Fine. Have a yelling match. Throw a few things. It's better than bottling it up. Rosie said you were ignoring him this morning.
I just didn't feel like talking.
My God, I can see a mother in you sometimes. All I'm saying is you found a nice, honest, hard-working young man who's head over heels in love with you. He deserves a bit better than being given a cold shoulder the week after his honeymoon.
But that doesn't mean I'm not still mad with him.
At least talk about it. Off you go now. Pep talk over.
Any marble cake left, Rosie?
Oh, Wayne tucked into it last night.
No.
I managed to save you a piece, though. Your dad talked to you, did he?
Yes, and you can stop worrying.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's right.
Clumsy old thing. Wouldn't have a clue how to put them back on the board.
It's all right, I can do it. Paul showed me how to play.
It was nice of him. Lovely young man, that. Well, I wish I were a young girl again.
Rosie, you old devil.
You know what I mean.
Yes, I know what you mean. You go back to your cleaning. I'll do it.
Thanks.
Hope they're not annoyed with you for being late.
Shouldn't be. Only 15 minutes.
Still, after the trouble you've been in. I can't imagine you swinging a punch at somebody.
I've got a pretty lousy temper if you get me going.
I remember that.
Thanks for lunch. Keep me posted about Angie and Rob.
Yes, I will. And if there's anything I can do regarding Beryl, not that I think it's likely.
It's a nice thought, anyway. Thanks.
It worked out better. We were totally relaxed with each other.
I really must go and have a manicure tomorrow. Oh, what did you talk about, Beryl?
Briefly, the main topic was Rob and Angela.
Things aren't that bad with them, are they?
They will be. Won't be long before they split. What better excuse to keep seeing David?
You've changed in the last few months.
Oh, Charlie, I'm not in the mood to be analysed.
Well, I can hardly talk about someone wanting their own way, but you're meddling in people's lives a lot these days. If Angela's happy, let her be happy, for God's sake.
Would you want your daughter married to Rob Keegan?
I never had any children, thank goodness.
Oh, it's avoiding the question.
I like Rob. All right, maybe he doesn't have Paul Shepherd's money, but that's not everything.
I'd say you're going all moral on me.
All I'm trying to say is... All right, chase after David. Go after the man of your dreams or whatever he is, but leave Angela happy.
She will be if I have my way. The Count has a lot to answer for. He's turned you into an old softy.
It's amazing what love does to people.
I've just got a healthy appetite, that's all.
I've never seen anyone eat so much. Still think hanging to my leftovers, girl.
Can't waste good food. What are you doing out here, Planny?
Bunty and Thel are minding her.
It's a bit late for her to be outside.
She's big enough not to get lost. Jim and I had one just like her. It was lovely. Never got lost.
What happened to it?
I gave her away when I moved in. And you're a pretty thing. You can bring her in if you like.
Oh, Bunty and Phil might be looking for her.
Right. 2 coffees.
I wish you wouldn't get funny when you mention your husband. Why get hung up about it?
Because he's dead.
Yeah, well, I can understand you not wanting to talk about him, but if his name crops up...
Been thinking about doing that all night.
After last time, I didn't think.
You took me by surprise. Thought about it since. Besides, it shuts you up.
I'd like to see a lot more of you, if that's okay.
There are 1 or 2 problems.
If you don't want to.
No, I do, but... Yes, I do. She'd be in bed.
Well, Charlie's talk about Paris got my adrenaline going. How'd you sleep?
No, I'm worried about Rob. I think he would have called to say where he is.
Probably out with his used car cronies, complaining about the terrible family he's married into.
Can't see we've done anything wrong.
You haven't. Hope you're not backing down.
No, but I don't like fighting with him. When he comes in, I'll say, I'm not going, and that's that. But I can't stop him.
Who have you been talking to? Sounds like one of the wishy-washy compromises your father had come up with.
Well, he did suggest not to keep fighting about it.
What will that achieve? You'll just join all those other mindless little housewives whose husbands won't allow them an opinion of their own. I was proud of you yesterday. So was your father, whether he admits it or not. Fiona is in the wrong, and you should be firm with Rob. Be better for your marriage in the long run.
Yeah, but Daddy thought...
Oh, you know what your father's like. Anything for peace and quiet. Wish he'd been a bit tougher with me over the years. Might have made me wake up to myself a bit faster.
Oh, you never know. She did hurt the family a lot, didn't she?
And if it hadn't been for James's money...
Where have you been?
Went out with the blokes from work.
Good of you to have called.
Angie.
You changed your mind about Woombye? There isn't much to talk about, is there?
You blame me for going out when you're like that? Bloody hell.
Don't expect any sympathy from me.
See how good I was? Didn't touch you all day. Work's over now.
Let's go to my place. All we need is Jennifer Hickson to see us, and we'll be all over the building.
Fine, meet you there.
Don't like to see you two having problems.
It's none of your business, Rosie. Oh, well, I'm sorry.
There was a time I would have given you a whack on the backside for using that tone with me. You know I only stick my bib in because I care.
I know. But I'm too big to whack, and I'm too big to be told what to do.
More's the pity. Anyhow, I thought you said yesterday you were going to sort it out.
I changed my mind.
If this is him, give him a big kiss and tell him you're sorry.
He's probably staying out again tonight, so he doesn't have to put up with me.
Oh, what a day.
I'll make you a hot toddy. It's cold out there. Talk some sense into her, will you?
What's she mean?
What do you think? I've got a letter to write, Daddy. Rosie's amazing, you know. She's lived such a sheltered life, but she still thinks she's Dorothy Dix when it comes to anyone else's problems.
You youngsters haven't cornered the market. She's had a fair share of troubles in her time. At least she's honest about the way she feels.
I don't think it's fair.
What?
Me not being able to stay.
I can't help it if I arranged to go out weeks ago.
Cancel it.
I wish I could, honest.
Time's up. Sorry.
How many more old girlfriends have you got to organise nights out with?
This is the one and only.
Good.
Are you going to go, or am I going to have to boot you out?
Okay. Have a nice night.
I will. You too.
I miss you.
Me too.
I will.
Can I see you for a minute?
I have to check with Rosie about dinner.
This is a lot more important than tonight's dinner. I am sick to death of trying to pin you down on an answer about the job.
Didn't think my opinion was important. Haven't you decided to take it?
There's enough tension around the place with Rob and Angela. Let's be sensible.
You're the one who's not being sensible. I have enough money to set you up in almost any venture you choose, but for some ungodly reason you won't do it.
I prefer to be independent.
You'd be a wage earner. I hardly call that independent.
I don't want to rely on your money.
Our money.
I didn't inherit it. I prefer to make my own arrangements.
Or go along with Barbara's.
You know as well as I do I'm not seeing her anymore.
Of course. I'm sorry. It's just that it hurts that we can't trust each other. Financially, I mean. I want you to make our money work for us. And you can deny it until you're blue in the face. But it is our money. Please.
them I'm not interested.
Good.
What?
Aren't you silly? Not trusting me.
Do I need you tonight? What a day.
Love is very strange. It can come and go.
It can happen when you are young or old. When it comes from nowhere. When it comes, it changes your